Okay, so we are going to build on what we did last week. So we'll still stay within our lovely back care, which we're pretty much doing anyway, but we'll add that in so we've got it in our minds. Yeah, so moving our bodies in every which way we can. We're going to start with standing. Now, we're going to start with a standing wall roll down. So you need a wall or a cupboard door, ideally. Sorry, Annie, you've gone in a different room, then you're like, what? You just need a little bit, it doesn't, yeah, it's just a cupboard, as long as you're not going to be, you know, pushed into in any which way. As always, do what's right for you. If you go off camera on this bit, don't worry, because it's just a roll down. And if you are off camera, I'm talking you through it anyway. As always, make your adaptations as we go. Do what's right for you and your body. Popping you lovely ladies onto mute. Brilliant. Okay, so we're going to start with a wall roll down, and it's just simply, I'll just move my plant there just so it's not in the way. It's simply leaning up against the wall. You're going to have your feet at least 2 feet distances away. So if you imagine you've got your foot against your skirting board or wall, and then put your other foot in front, kind of where your toes, well, that's where your toes end from your first foot, if that makes sense. That's where you want to put both feet. So at least 1 length of your foot distance away. Okay, and then we'll bring the back of the pelvis, you'll notice that, just your waistband, there'll be a natural curve in your lower back, some of them's bigger, some of them smaller. Then you'll notice the back of your ribs and the back of your shoulders against your cupboard or whatever you're there, and then the back of your head. Yeah, but don't worry, don't force your head back, just let your head naturally go where it wants to go. Yeah, and then if you bring your arms then to the side of your body, you'll notice there's already a little bit of work to maintain that position. Yeah? So just do that for me for a couple of breaths. Press a little bit into the feet. It's quite nice against a cool wall, actually, if you're there. Good, and then when you're ready, let your arms relax, allow your chin just to gently nod, and you're looking down towards your toes. Now, at this point, I'd like you to press into your middle, between your shoulder blades. So press in there, almost giving it a little bit of a massage between the shoulders. As you start to roll down, you'll notice your lower back will naturally press into the wall. And then you're carrying on, rolling down, letting your head release and hang. You might bend the knees. You may decide to have the legs straight. Press into your feet. And when we come down towards the bottom or all the way to the floor, I want you to press your legs back towards the wall to get a wonderful back of the thigh stretch. Take a couple of breaths, moving the feet if you want to, moving your body if you want to, swaying your head a little. And then as we press down through the feet, you may decide to bend your knees and you're coming up. Now, as you come up, keeping your back against the wall, so some part of your back, I'd like you to press lightly into your lower back. And then as you move up to your middle back, your lower back will naturally move back away from the wall for you to be able to go back to your upright position. Pause, take a breath. Move your feet a little bit further back towards your wall, just a little, yeah? That's it, well done. And if you're on replay, obviously you could be you know, having a look first and then having a go. Yeah, and then we go again. So we nod our chin towards our chest. I want you to press a little bit into your upper back, let your arms just go wherever feels comfortable. You'll feel your lower back against the wall. Keep some part of the back of the pelvis, it might be just your bottom really as you come forward. Now there's a little bit more work. Knees might bend, legs might stay straight. Oh, welcome if you're just popping on. We've missed you, Debbie. We've missed you. Yeah, just popping on and then slowly coming back up. So again, pressing down through the feet, maybe the bent knees, maybe the straighter legs. So Debbie, we're just doing a wall roll down. So find yourself a wall. Debbie, are you there? Are you there? Good, yeah. Find a wall. We're doing a couple of extra wall roll downs specifically for you. Yeah. Okay, so you've come all the way back up. So option now, just anybody that's jumped on or just joining now, have your feet a little bit away from the wall. We've done 2, we're gonna come back further again. Yeah, totally up to you and your body. You don't have to do that. Yeah, so we've come a little bit back towards the wall, relax. Yeah, and then we go again. We nod the chin, so this is going to be a little bit harder. Roll through that upper part or between the shoulder blades, and then heading down. Notice now you might feel a little bit more work for the abdominals as you're tipping forward. Imagine we're doing our roll up. Yeah, so it's the same position as that. Yeah, I'm watching you there. Yeah, lovely. Let the arms just hang if you wanted. Release your shoulders. Beautifully done. Good. And then again, you might decide, look, I'm going to bend my knees. You might have the feeling of being tipped all the way forward and almost like you're going to fall over. Ideally, that's what you're going to feel. And that's really how our roll down should go. And then you're coming back up. Yeah, smooth and steady. And on the way back up, it's going to be harder again, isn't it? Coming back up, you might feel your tummy and back as you come all the way back towards the wall. Okay, this is our last one. You are welcome to go forward with the feet, yeah, or back again so that your heels are fairly close to your skirting board or wall, yeah. Revisit your upright position. Breathe, yeah, this is our last one. So again, we nod the chin towards the chest. We compress that middle part of the shoulders into the wall. You're doing well. You can let your arms just hang. Press into the feet. You'll notice your legs having to do quite a bit of work. Almost feel you're pulling your tummy back towards your wall. Yeah, and again, you might feel you're going to be tipped over. You've got to use your feet. Oh, this is a little bit tough for me. Use your feet, but trust yourselves. Yeah, a bend of the knees is fine. Good, and then relax, take a breath. You can do it. Press down through the feet, and then you using your legs, your tummy, and your back to unravel all the way back up. And in an ideal world, that's how our roll down would feel when we do it from standing. Yeah, so pretty tough, isn't it? Okay, so spin round. And again, don't worry if I can't see all of you, because I know you can do this and I'm just talking you through it. Place your hands lightly onto your cupboard or wall. Take a stride back with one foot. This brings us into our calf stretch. Yeah. Good. And then what I'd like you to do then is press your back heel to the ground. Yeah. Without moving your front leg at all. So you're not moving your front foot. You're going to nudge your front knee to the wall. See what happens when you do that. You don't move your foot, you literally almost like lunge towards the wall. That's it. Hands can be light on the wall. You don't even have to have your hands on the wall if it's better for your shoulders. Well done. Good. And then we're going to step the feet together and we're going to step back with the opposite leg. So the other leg takes the stride back. Yeah. Press the heel towards the ground. Good. And then it's your front knee again. Without moving your foot, can you budge your front knee slightly forward? Now, breathing, doing well. Head is lifted if you can. Yeah, shoulders relaxed. That's it. And I can see on the camera, it looks like I've got my back legs splayed like, wide, but it actually isn't. It's just stepped behind me. Okay, slowly come back. Give the legs a little shake out. This is the last 2 bits we're going to do at the wall. Oh, yes, the last 2 bits. So then I just wanted to do this. This is great if we're wearing our flip-flops. So we're going to bring the toes up the wall. Can you see that? So you're bringing your toes right up the wall like that. And then your back foot, so you'll be like this. You're literally facing the wall. Toes go up, and then your back heel lifts, and you come up the wall. So it's an Achilles tendon stretch or lower calf stretch. So 4 or 5 breaths. Really lengthen up. Notice what happens when you press into the ball of your back foot and lift yourself right up the wall. So fabulous when we're in our, our sandals and our really low footwear, which isn't a bad thing. It's just that those muscles get a little bit tight. Let's do exactly the same on the other side. So toes go up the wall on the other side, on the other foot, and then you lift yourself up with the coming up to the ball of the back foot and lengthen yourself up. You can even take the arms up the wall a little bit to kind of give you that sense of lift, yeah? So pressing into the back foot to lift you into that Achilles tendon stretch. And we've said before, haven't we, if we're at our desk quite a lot as well, then that lower leg gets tight, doesn't it, all around the calf. And we tend to splay our feet out to the side or roll onto the outside edge. Good. And then give the feet a little shake out for me. Now, this is our last one. So we're going to come back to our roll down position. So you're literally leaning up against the wall like that, just back to where we started with our roll down. Pretty much the same thing, kind of 1 foot distance forward. I explained that really badly before, didn't I? I don't know what I was saying. Bend your knees a little, and now we're going to pick up the toes. So the whole ball of your foot lifts. So this is our, just one at a time. So our toe raises, if we can there, we're getting that shin area. Yeah, so we lift the right, we lift the left, we lift the right, we lift the left. And there'll be a bit of movement of the upper body, won't there, as we do that. Yeah, good. And then can we do 10 together? So we're going to go 10, lower, both feet lift, 9, both feet lift, 8, 7, make sure we're breathing, 6, lifting the balls, the feet and the toes, 5, notice that shin area, 4, 3, you've got it, 2, and then 1. Well done. Well, that's well and truly woken up that lower leg area. You could even give the shin a little bit of a rub there. Okay, fabulous. That's going to take us into our calf raise. Debbie, you're going to have to tell me what you've done, tell us what you've done at the end there. So the feet in a comfy position, arms at the side, straight into your lift and lower. Yeah, shoulders relaxed. Just standing tall, that's all we have to do. Just think, stand upright, and then naturally we'll slot our shoulders into place there. Yeah, I say naturally, hopefully. Good, lift and lower, 6 and 5. Yeah, good, 4, beautiful stuff, gang. 3, working into this lower leg, 2, good, and then 1, fabulous. Give the legs a little shake out. Could we do 5 on each side of our single calf raises, fingertips to the wall or a chair? We had our chair last week, didn't we? But you might have your wall or anything like that. And then you're picking one leg up, and then we're lifting 5, 4, and then there might be a point where you think, oh, can I do that as a balance? 3, 2, 1. But don't compromise like I just did. We'd like that calf raise. Same to the other side. So fingertips to the wall, other foot comes up, and then lift and lower. And then maybe there's 1 or 2. Buckle my shoe. 2 to do. I'm not doing it again. I'm holding on now. And last one. Good. And then give the legs a little shake out. Fabulous work, guys. Take your feet wide. We're coming onto the mat in a moment. Feet go wide-ish. You've got a nice kind of sensation in that lower leg there. And then we'll do left arm up, here, out, or all the way up, you decide, and then all the way over to our lovely side stretch. Hand on the thighs, quite nice, hand on the hips, quite nice, or just released. Good. Oh, that's a good one. And then coming back, so we'll do the same to the other side, reaching up. Good, and stretching over. Shoulders, yeah, here, or here, or here, or wherever works for you there. Lovely. Yeah, brilliant. Good. I'd like a couple of breaths. Yeah, and we'll do that one more time each side. So a couple of breaths in that stretch. Yeah, just making sure we're breathing. That's it. And we can add breath patterns in, can't we? Which is sometimes quite useful. So here or here, or all the way up. Modify for your shoulders. But sometimes it's just quite nice to focus on the movement and not worry about a breath pattern, isn't it? So, you know, either or is great. Okay, standing cat. I want us to bend the knees into a little mini squat. Put the hands to the thighs and then round. Yeah, so rounding your back, it's as simple as that. It's exactly the same as if we were on all fours. Yeah, so once we've rounded, we can lengthen and maybe we want to go the other way. So I sometimes say hot gossip because we probably all remember hot gossip. So he could be part of that hot gossip crew. I'm not sure we actually want to be doing that, but looked good fun, didn't it, in the 70s and 80s? So rounding and then lengthening and maybe coming into the cow pose. Yeah, I will do a couple more rounds. So a simple one to do, you know, just if we're on a long journey, doing a bit of traveling, hop out the car, get straight into your cat. Don't see why not. Yeah, beautiful stuff. Good, and then come all the way just up to standing. Now, if you've got your band, sorry, I just did my own shoulder roll there, just for myself. But you could have joined me. If you've got your band, we're going to just add in a little bit of upper body. I'm going to give you options. Yeah. If you haven't got a band, that it's absolutely fine. You're going to do the same movement anyway, or you could even just grab a scarf or something like that if you wanted. Okay, so we're going to go hands quite wide. Oh, well done. Hands wide, and then we're taut, and there will be a little bit of pulling as we go. Yeah, obviously all depends on our bands, doesn't it? So I'll go with you here. We get our upright position. I've got my feet wider than hip width. You go wherever feels good. Arms come up. Yeah, and remember when the arms come up, we're going to see if we can keep the shoulders relaxed. Now, option one is that we lift the arms just a fraction. Yeah, so Sam, you might be staying with that. So we're still working on using the back of the body. We're still thinking arm bone into shoulder socket. Some of us will stay here. Some of us will come a little bit higher. Yeah, and as we do that, naturally, the front of the shoulder will lift. Yeah, but we're not bringing the shoulders up to the ears. Yeah, and then we come down. Okay, so we've got those versions there, and I'll give you another version as well. Okay, so we're going to maybe take a breath in. Good, and then a breath out, come to where you want to go. Is it a little bit? Is it higher? Is it over your head? And a breath in and a breath out to come down. Yeah, lovely. Good. And again, let me just have a look at you there, seeing as I can see you all. So we'll do that again. Where are we going with that band? Yes, beautiful. Yeah, lovely. Some of us are coming less high, some of us are coming a bit higher. Yeah, and just remember, as you keep going with that, we'll do a couple more like that. We're not forcing the shoulders down, we're just aiming not to lift them too high. So naturally there's going to be some lift of the shoulders, yeah? But we're not going to hug them up around the ears. We're going to see if we can use just the back of the body, just to keep that shoulder position. Okay, now as we do the last two, you've got the option of up a little bit, so it could be inhale up a little bit, exhale over the head, or behind the head. We're not all going to be doing that. Yeah, good, and then gradually coming up and back to our start. So you do what's right for you on our last one. Yeah, lovely. So we do that again, inhaling a little bit, good, over the head, or maybe behind the head. Yeah, and that's where we can pull on the band there. Lovely, and then come back down. Superbly done. Yeah, and then a little rinse out of the shoulders there. Fabulous work. Let's just put the band down, and then we're just going to finish the standing with our gentle spine twist, or arm slats. Yeah, good. And we'll go 8, and it could all be less. Could be here, and you're still going to get a twist into the torso. Good. We'll go 4 and 3. Lovely stuff. 2. Ladies, that's brilliant, and 1 and recover. Well done. Okay, so Debbie, are you all right to go to 4-point? Are you all right to go to 4-point kneeling? Are you all right to go to 4-point kneeling? See how you go. See how you go. Yeah, see how you go. Do you remember last week we did our swimming really slowly, didn't we? We did our swim really slowly in 4-point kneeling. So I'm going to ask you to come down to 4-point kneeling. But if anybody who wanted to not come onto all fours, you could do, so Debbie, if you wanted, you can literally do it as a standing move if you wanted. Yeah. So you're doing the same principle. Everything stays as still as possible, and then you take one leg back and one arm up. So feel free to do that. It actually requires a little bit more work as we do that. But if you're joining me on the mat, I've got my blanket for my knees. Oh, just throw ourselves down today. Just chucked ourselves on the floor. Sorry about that. We should have done a lovely roll down, shouldn't we? Okay, so can you remember, we had hands under shoulders, knees under the hips, length through the spine. We're not going to be here long. I'd like 10 repetitions. Okay, so absolutely still in the back and the hips. And we're going to go for that arm and leg. So I'm going to go right arm and left leg. Left leg starts to move, right arm starts to move. Gather your thoughts, control as you lift the arm and leg with as little movement in the back as you can manage. Yeah, pausing. Good, and then slowly coming down with that same control and coming back without any movement. Pause, you should need a breath. Yeah, let's do exactly the same to the other side. So super slow. Now don't worry if you're working on your legs. So if you're on replay or anybody here today and you're working on your leg action, then you're more than welcome to do that. Yeah, so just the leg action. Absolutely fine. We go again. Watch that transition. I'm doing one more with you each side, and then I'm having a look at you do the next. Let's do 8 because these are quite intense, aren't they? Let's do 8 rather than 10. So stretching out, but really focusing on as little movement through the back as you can manage. And don't cheat on this one. It's easy to cheat, isn't it? But so we're going really slowly. Lengthening, lifting, arm and leg, or just the leg, or you know, even just the arm as well is great. Yeah, I'm having a look at you there. Yeah, fabulous. Good. And the same principle as we've just done with our band, as we take the arm out, we let the shoulder shift forward a little bit, but we don't bring it up around the ear. So we're still thinking about that arm bone into shoulder socket. It's principle there, aren't we? Fabulous balance, guys. Don't worry if your leg isn't lifting too high. Joanne there, if you want to, you know, and you're not so great hip there. Yeah, lovely. And also the weight as well. Easy to collapse, isn't it? And do you remember Priska talked about lifting up and out of that standing or kneeling thigh. So we get that sense of support. Beautiful coordination. Lovely. So our last one now should be our left arm and our right leg if you joined me, and you've done that fabulously. Yeah, good. And then let's just kind of rinse it out with just a little bit of movement around. It could be a little bit of a barrel roll or just literally just a little swing and sway. Great precision there, gang. Okay, we're going to put in a little bit of strength here. This is the last bit on our hands for now. Tuck the toes under, that's all we're doing, and then we're lifting the knees off the ground. I'm just going to move my blanket there so you can see. So we have the knees down, press into the hands and lift. It's a kneeling leg pull prone, yeah? Reach out through the crown of the head, press the hands into the mat, arm bone into shoulder socket. Now we've got back strength. Oh, we're still on the back strength. The other one was back strength. 3, 2, 1, and then come down. Well done. Now stretch. So we're going to go all the way back towards the heels. And then today, could you bring your hands out a little bit ahead of you? And again, Sam, you might be just in a little bit closer in, but actually we can all pull on the hands and pull the hips back. And then push a little bit on the hands and push the hips back. Yeah, so you can just press a little bit into the mat and push yourself back into that back stretch. So you're literally pressing the hands into the earth. Yeah, and then if you pull on the hands again, you get that kind of extra rounding through the back. Kind of almost like a cat there, aren't we? And then one more time, we'll push the hands into the mat and stretch out. A little bit more. Now get ready to come straight onto your tummy and into swan with a single leg lift, moving swiftly to legs, arms lifting as well. Okay, so where we've got the fingertips level with the eye line, we've got the nose tickling the mat, and then we've got the legs pretty much wherever you want them, really. Just let them land wherever feels comfortable. I'm doing 2 with you, and then I'm going to have a look. Okay, so, oh, and just remember, if you don't want to go on your tummy on your replay there, you could add in your cat. You could go back to your swimming legs and have a pause on each one, just while we're doing this next little bit on the tummy. Okay, so here we go. You might have already started, don't worry if you have. So we're coming up, lifting our upper body, and at the same time, our right leg is going to lift as well. Yeah, a little reach and a lift. Good. Some of us might want to go straight into adding the arms because, you know, we know the exercise, so you can lift the arms a little off the ground, and then everything comes back down. Relax. Yeah, then we go again. So quite nice to do the exhale as you're coming up. Yeah, and then the left leg comes up and maybe the arms stay down or maybe the arms have lifted. Yeah, so really the whole back of the body is doing some work. Yeah, the things that I'm going to be looking for are space between the ears and the shoulders, head lifted in line with the spine, or head coming up at least. Yeah, the back leg lifting and straight. Yeah, so that's what we're aiming for. Now, we've talked about using that outward breath, haven't we? So as we breathe out, not easy on the tummy, but as we breathe out, a sense of strength in the center of the body, we get that lovely connection with the abdominals, don't we? Yeah, lovely, very nicely done. And can you coordinate your upper body and your leg lifting and smoothly coming back down? Now, once you've done your leg lift on the left side, if you joined me, so once you've done your left, your next one could be your arms reaching back towards your feet. Yeah, so as you come up with the leg lift on the right, you can then let the arms reach back, palms down, thumbs rotate out. Feel that whole back of the body strength here. This is going to keep us strong. It's going to keep us upright. Yeah, very nicely done. Beautiful. Good. And then let's just do one more each side of those. So right leg, reaching the arms back. You might still have the arms on the ground. Perfectly done. You might have the legs on the ground. Don't forget to stretch both legs because that leg on the ground is going to help you kind of anchor the hips there as well. So when you're ready, your left leg lifting, if you joined me, is your last one. And don't worry if you've already finished. Very nicely done, gang. And then come all the way back. Bring your hands in front, lift your heels and let your legs just gradually roll from side to side. So your feet are up to the ceiling, your forehead's resting on the back of your hands. And we're just relaxing a little bit here. Taking a few breaths, a little bit of time out. And just moving the legs side to side. And it might be, we tend to do this more in yoga, but if you've got your forehead resting on the top of your hand and you can get your, in between the eyebrows, just to rest on a bony edge of your knuckle. We use that, particularly in yoga, as what we call a mama point, and it helps us tap into our rest and digest, our kind of restorative mode, our parasympathetic system. So that third eye. middle of the eyebrows. Just a little tiny bit of extra pressure. Good, and then we're going to lower the legs down, make our way straight into our double leg lift. I'm going to grab my blanket. And remember, if it's better for your shoulder, you've got your arm out underneath you rather than under your ear, if that makes sense. Yeah, so you can have your arm straight out on a right angle and nice and comfy. There. Yeah, and we're going to stretch both legs out. Have a look, you must be able to see your feet. Yeah, so you're on your side. You're on your side, Joanne, now. Sorry. you were just resting there, weren't you? So hand on the side seam, reach and stretch. Have a sense of length, just like we did in standing, just literally lengthen. Yeah, and then both legs are lifting. Now, balance if we can challenge ourselves here. Both legs lift, both legs lower. Don't be afraid to do the single leg lift. Yeah, reach and extend both legs. Absolutely fine to have the fingertips in front, but very light on those fingertips for me, ladies. Yeah, challenge yourself. Just maybe one little fingertip and you're lifting both legs and then lowering both legs. Yeah, that's it. Legs are together-ish, but don't, get too stressed about that. Good, and we've just got 3 more to do here. So reach, lengthen and lift both legs. You might even just take a moment to have a look down the line of your body to check your hips are still stacked and your feet haven't kind of, gone behind you. Yeah, so quick look at the hips, just a glance so our necks stay comfortable. Good, and then the next one's our last one. I want you to stay up. So don't worry if you've got your fingertips in front, but if you've got your hand on your side seam, lift your arm, a little bit away. Now, so Joanne, you might decide to stay here. We're going to do 8 little lifts of the top leg. 7. You might decide not to do that. 6, 5. Keep stretching out from the crown to the feet. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower everything down. Really well done. Beautiful. Bend the knees. Our regular front and thigh stretch, taking hold of the top of the foot, bringing the heel back. Some of us like to use that bottom foot onto the thigh to draw the leg, to take the leg further back. You don't have to do any of that. Yeah, and adapt for your shoulders. So if your shoulder's a little bit uncomfortable, you can grab your band, put that around your foot, and then it means that you don't have to, you can have the arm straightish rather than having to pull on the arm. You can pull on the leg to get the stretch. Yeah, if that makes sense for you there. Yeah, so feel free to do that. Well done. And then if you bring your leg forward and just hold on to that top leg and stir the ankle for me. Yeah, so just literally hold on to that top leg however you want, or it can even just rest on the other leg, but circle your ankle there. Good. 4 in each direction, or 4, as many, I've done loads there, so both directions. Good, and then recover. Beautiful. Okay, can we come slowly up to sitting and then come straight round to the opposite side? So don't worry if you just roly-polied over, that's fine too. Good, and then again, bring yourself into your comfortable position here. Get your head comfy and your neck supported. Stretch out both legs, make sure you can see your feet. Have a look at your hips, are they stacked? Do you need something under the hip to prevent that stiffness and soreness there? Then lengthening, yeah? Hand on the side seam or the fingertip in front. Both legs lifting. Good, and then both legs lowering, well done. Good, reaching and lengthening, that could be our exhale, but you might be doing a continuous breath. Very nice. Good on the balance, legs are together-ish. Yeah, we're just, not flailing them around, that's the main thing. And we're moving with that control. Focus on the lengthening and the lifting, the movement. Yeah, good. And again, 3 to go here. Could all be smaller. Yeah, could all be with the fingertips in front. 2 to go. Absolutely fabulous work, guys. Good, and then on your last one, option is to stay up. You might come down, hand on the side seam, arm lifted, 8 little lifts, 8, 7 of that top leg. 6, 5, lovely. 4, 3, excellent. 2, don't forget to breathe. 1, superbly done. Lower the legs down. Good, bend the knees, take the top of the foot or grab your band, grab the back of the trousers or the sock, draw the leg back. Use that bottom foot if that feels suitable for you to send the leg back. Good, remember you don't have to do any of that. Now, just making sure your body feels comfortable and we've got the stretch down the front of your thigh. Now breathe, stretch, enjoy. Really doing our bodies, favour, aren't we, taking care of them. Good, as you release, just take hold of your top leg and then maybe, or maybe even just resting it on the bottom leg, as long as you can stir your ankle. So you've brought your leg forward and you're coming into that ankle stir. Good, 4 each way, 3, 2, 1, and the other way, stirring. Don't worry if you've done a few one way and a few the other and kept going with that. Good work. Good. Can we then bring ourselves slowly up to sitting? Bring yourself onto your blanket. Now, remember, you can do this exercise on the knees. So if it feels better for you to be kneeling and not sitting, we can do the spine twist like that. Yeah. I'll show you both, yeah, but just for anybody now who's joining me in sitting, we'll do that. Good, we've got our arms out ahead, we've got our knees bent, or if you wanted to stretch out the legs, feel free to do that. So you could have the legs together and stretching both legs out, or your feet wider and your knees bent, yeah. Arms come out ahead, and again, just adapting for shoulders. So we're going to bend the elbow, doesn't matter which, you choose an arm there, bend the elbow and look back towards that back elbow, yeah? Now the other arm is just reaching away from you, so you've got this kind of two-way, one forward, one back, yeah, two-way pull, and then we come back to the start. I'll do that again with you. So the other side, you're drawing the elbow back, could be our exhale. You can look back if that's suitable for your neck. You're reaching one arm forward, pulling the other arm back, and then back to the start. Yeah, lovely. Good. Now we've got an option, bend the elbow. Not all of us are going to do this. And then our arm opens with our thumbs facing up, and that takes us into a bigger move. Yeah, good. Bend the elbow to come back and back to our start. You're keeping going with that. Anybody that's on replay today or feels like you don't want to do the seated version, we're here. We keep the knees in a hip width position and we do exactly the same. Yeah, so that can feel better for the back. Yeah, and you're still doing exactly the same move because the lower body and the hips are still. Yeah, and let's do that one more time each way. Could be the exhale as you look back and open, and the inhale to return. Very nice. And then same for the other side. Lovely. So there's our spine mobility, isn't it? Our rotation. Yeah, and then back to our start. Fabulous. Now pop off your blanket for me. Good. Put it to the back of your head. Or, grab your cushion for the back of the head. Take the hands into the backs of the thighs, and we're coming down slowly. Can we super slowly head down towards the mat? Well done. Breathing. That's it. Fantastic. Really well done. Okay, we're going to do a set of 10 pelvic tilts. So we're going to lightly press the back towards the mat, hug the tummy muscles in, release. Do that for me. Exhaling as we go back towards the mat. Inhaling as we release. We're going to keep our feet light and we're going to just move the back and the hips. Yeah, 5 to go. Exhale, pull the front body into the back body as you go back. Yeah, so we know we've got some pelvic floor health as well as charging up our deep abdominals. Couple more to do with our pelvic tilt, and this one's a lovely one to come back to if we want it. Okay, so last week we were really super steady with our backs, weren't we? Like we've just been with our swimming. Yeah, so we're going to do that again. We're going to keep the back super still, but we're going to miss out the heel slides and go straight up to either a single knee fold or a double knee fold. Yeah, so your choice. Yeah, so it could be one leg and you're going to work with 8 repetitions on that leg, or it could be the chair position and we're going to alternate for 16 to 20 there, whatever we feel comfortable about. What I'd like you to do today, if possible, is slip one hand so the fingertips just head into the lower back. Yeah, just try that for me for a few repetitions. So as you stretch out, don't worry about what leg it is, but stretch out one leg and then bring it back and then stretch out the other. And what I want you to notice is, can you keep a similar pressure from your lower back to the mat? Yeah. Good. And once you've established that that's working well for you, yeah, or make your adaptations where you need, so really minimizing the movement or using the breath or just getting a bit more of a focus, then bring the arms to the side of the body. Good. Now you can do this if you're doing your single leg, you're doing 8 each side. Yeah. Good. Very nice. Same precision. Exhaling the leg away is quite nice. Inhale it back. Good. Steady, controlled, a lovely reach. Good. And if you finish now, pause, put the feet down and take a breath. Oh, sorry, one at a time with the feet, but sorry, don't worry if you did both at the same time. Okay, now, guys, arms are going to go up over the chest or over the head. Yeah, so again, that will be dependent on your shoulders. The same as we did with the band, can you keep a little bit of space between the ear and the shoulder and a sense of your arm bone just beautifully sitting in that arm socket, into that shoulder socket, sorry. Yeah, so not flailing the arms around. Okay, stay with just the arms or come back up for your chair position. Yeah, smooth and steady. Good. So you're back to your chair. Yeah, you're back to your knees one at a time over your hips. Good. You're checking in with the body. Is that feeling comfortable? Is it one leg? Yeah. So here we go. Double arms, single leg. So reaching the arms up to the ceiling or over the head as the leg stretches out. Your back doesn't change position. Bring your arms all the way back. Yeah. So up to the sky and back, or all the way over your head. Lovely stretch of the leg. Good. And again, so if we're doing a single leg, we could do 4. Yeah. And then ask yourself, is your back still in the same position? The back of the ribs, the back of the pelvis, the lower back. Yeah, we've got 4 to do. Good. Reach and extend, doing well. And then returning. Beautiful strength through the center of the body. Good. And then 1 more each side. Don't rush it. Reach and extend. You've done 4 on each side, or you've done your chair position. Lovely stuff. Good. Now, bring the knees in a little. Last bit. Let your back just rest on the mat. This is where we're going to go next week. Reach the fingertips. We can all nod the chin and curl up. We can all do that. Yeah, 5. So reach the arms like you're going to do the 100. You've curled up, reach the arms to the side of the body. 4, 3, 2, 1, and then come down and recover. You know, so in theory, we can all do kind of 5 breaths of that, unless we had a neck injury. Yeah. Legs stretch out, arms stretch out. Good, and we're in a full body stretch. So reach from the fingers and toes. Arms might go wide. I quite like to hug the arms over the body if the shoulder's feeling a bit stiff and tight. Good, and you can cross the arms the other way. Take a full body stretch. Yeah, and then we'll bring the knees in. We'll give the knees a massive hug in. Good, we might even want to curl up. Good. And then we'll put the feet down. We'll bring ourselves all the way over and up to sitting. Well done, everybody. Well done if you're on replay.